Welcome back to Try Not to Die.
We're back. We're back.
We're back. I'm your DM, your deposit money manager, Noah Perito, and I'm here with our elite employee.
My best friend, the ATM. I am Lisa Condemi, aka Jass for the Goblin. Infinite exchange, limited patience.
Ooh. You know what? That reminded me of Aladdin, and therefore a 10 out of 10.
Why?
Because, you know, all the power of the universe, itty bitty living space. Like that sort of comparison of infinity to nothingness. So honestly, bonus points, advantage on everything, I think.
Thank you. Wow, Aladdin points.
Yeah, if you bring up Aladdin, you know you're going to get good freaking rolls today. Fate is on your side. I'm really making Aladdin a headwind joke for this arc, I'm guessing.
We already did a whole Aladdin-themed campaign. Do we have to? At home. You can't listen to that one. Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, gang. That's an at-home campaign. But you know what? Who knows?
Explicit.
Disney? Anyways, okay, let's jump in with a little bit of a recap, shall we?
Please.
Last time, we joined Short Sword Jass, the goblin soldier from the world of Erdheim, and Clover Cottonbottom, Rabbitfolk Mother of Seven, as they returned from their first official mission together and attempted to explain their failure to Odessa.
Ooh.
Didn't go as well as we wanted it to, but, you know, ultimately, Odessa wasn't that angry at you.
I'm going to get really good at explaining my failures to Odessa.
I think that is going to be a great skill to become proficient in for this campaign.
Instead of succeeding more, yeah.
Yes, get good at explaining your failures rather than succeeding. That is the motto for Oddjobs. You know, it ended okay, although, of course, it did lead Odessa to conclude that sending the citizens of Stinkin' Scout a bomb to get the money was the best solution. But that's neither here nor there. Jass then took a quick meeting with Oddjobs' accountant, Cindaris, aka Cindy, who gave them a rundown of the updated contract, their debts increased due to their misspeaking, and a few potential housing options for her to look into.
I still can't believe that you're gonna pretend that that's legal.
In the words of Naruto, believe it! Overwhelmed, but unfortunately already locked into her situation, Jass signed off on the changes and joined Clover for a trip back to her apartment. The two arrived late and had to sneak in to avoid disturbing the children, waking the babysitter Megan to pay her and send her on her way before heading off to bed themselves. As they settled for sleep, however, Jass's eye was caught by something glinting at the door. Upon further inspection, Jass discovered it was her sword, her short sword, the one that she had lost after her fight with Grimgrave. Somehow, it had ended up in Clover's apartment. Shocked and angered, our hero tore the blade from the bin, only to realize it was not her short sword after all, but a now bent umbrella.
Easy mistake to make.
That was a +3 umbrella. You did hold on to that, right?
That was Clover's. I don't steal.
Oh, there you go. Good catch. Jass was disturbed, distrusting her own mind, but she eventually found rest, greeted by Clover's flock when morning finally came. The Rabbitfolk family had a jam-packed day ahead, so Clover wouldn't be able to join Jass as she went apartment hunting, but promised they would all meet at home for dinner after the fact. Thus began one of the longest, most unhinged days of Jass's life, touring 5 apartments and utilizing the worm to get to and fro. She encountered subway performers, the belongings of someone who wore the same robes as her previous party's cleric, Bless Wholeheart.
Question mark.
Discovered the truth about the worm. Spoiler, it's a bunch of worms in the ground. She was the main subject of a man on the street interview, and she defused an actual bomb on her way to an apartment.
It's my first day here.
It's your first day in the city.
Please stop giving me bombs to defuse.
Unfortunately, there are so many more bombs to defuse.
No.
Unfortunately, this is a city of bombs, for being honest.
Bombs.
There's a lot of freaking bombs. And more unfortunately, none of the apartments you saw while dealing with all of these encounters were a good fit. The first in common was set along the edge of a massive mineshaft known as the Depths and was infested with small elementals.
Not a lot of daylight either.
Not a lot of daylight at all. Oh, no. And those stairs, I mean, walking them every day.
Well, you know, it would be a workout.
It would be a workout.
I don't mind getting my steps in.
I gotta get my workout somewhere.
Well, that was kind of like a Jasper Trump comment. I don't know why I said
I gotta get my steps in. Frankly, there aren't enough steps these days.
They're mining. Best mining.
They're mining who knows what. The second was in the borough of Champion's Call, and that one was a bit pricey and was going to require a duel to just get her name on the lease. The third exploded, and our protagonist was caught in the midst of a mob hit and given a business card as a pseudo-apology.
And I like that place.
That place was beautiful.
The exterior.
Oh, but unfortunately, it is no longer existent. The fourth was located above a demon bar in the midst of an endless brawl. It wasn't until she finally visited 0120 Endlessito Alley of Endeavor, feeling at home for the first time in a tiny apartment, that we felt like our journey had come to an end. And that is where we are right now. Jassifer.
So I'm an Endlosidian.
You're an Endlosidian.
Really wasn't worth pausing for. Keep going.
You know, we're gonna pause, and all of this is gonna stay in, because this is what the people want. This is what the content they come for is. And all those new listeners we got from our most recent endeavor will love this.
I'm an endless citizen. That's what they call them, I think.
You're an endless citizen. That's what the Goliath real estate agent says to you when you go outside and put your hands on your hips and say that. He's like, it's actually an endless citizen, but you'll learn.
First day.
Jassifer, you head off from this apartment, potentially your new home. Obviously, you do have to fill out the paperwork and everything.
Sure.
The realtor is going to send that all over to Sindaris, so you can fill it out. And you decide to head back the way you came, navigating the ever-complex hallway, tunnel streets, walking through someone's bedroom, a candlelit dinner, a trash-lined alley. You pass through the same convenience store and its odd array of modern products alien to your eyes.
So are people going to pass through my bedroom?
Very possible.
Great.
And then you pass a coffee shop as you head towards that main walkway that lines each side of the crack in the ground that is this neighborhood, essentially. As the agent for the apartment said, despite the unbelievably cramped nature of this neighborhood within Endeavor, it is a deeply connected community, or at least one that understands the circumstances of their environment and the necessities that brings. Goo and you make your way under the neon lights, the many smells of the infinite exchange, smoke, sweet, spice, trash, fresh baked goods, an amalgamation of delicious and disgusting, filling the air around you. What is going through your mind as you take it all in?
Whiff of trash, but also something like maybe a curry?
You smell something delicious on the air as you look around, and you see Goo is also looking around too, very excited, but not necessarily at what you're looking at. Give me an insight check to see if you can truly discern what Goo finds interesting here.
What Goo finds interesting. Okay. First roll.
It's an insight check too. I set you up for failure. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I rolled a 3, so it's a 2.
I think honestly, you probably don't even notice that Goo
Eyes ahead, Goo. I think he's slacking off.
Just looks like, yeah, you really think that Goo is distracted. And in a way, he was. So you're not completely off. You have a moment here. I would say that it's nearing the time in which you should head home, in the sense that you probably have like an hour and a half, 2 hours before you really need to be like at home in Clover's apartment. And it's going to take you, well, I mean, it's not too far of a walk to the worm station. It shouldn't be too bad of a travel. You really only need like 30 to 45 minutes of commuting time if you were to like, wander while you did it.
Okay. So dinner's at 5:30. I know that I want to go grocery shopping because I offered to pick something up for dinner.
Good remembering.
Thank you. I have a little note here of things I need to do, which is replace Clover's lamp and go grocery shopping. So those are the two things that I would like to focus on. Maybe there's a market where like I could also pop into a store that is like a little home goods store or something. Do you remember what we said the kids wanted to eat, or did we talk about it?
Give me a let's say either wisdom or intelligence check of your choosing to see if you can remember what night it was.
Yeah, I think that maybe it was like chicken nuggets or something. All right. Intelligence.
Or wisdom.
Or the same stat, Noah. 8.
Ooh.
Can Goo help me?
Okay, you know what? Fine.
I'm like, where should we go first, Goo? And I point him in my hand like a compass.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Give me roll with advantage.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's a little better. 16.
It's pizza night in the Cotton Bottom household.
Oh, it's pizza night. Okay, I think that Goo like kind of spins.
You really like are wandering straight towards like a stand of I don't know, maybe you're walking towards that curry stand.
Oh, like a kebab stand. I'm
yeah.
like, are they
You're
shaving meat?
Look at all that meat. You're just like hypnotized by it for a moment.
I'll take that cone. And the man's trying to explain to me that they shave off.
I shave off slices and I put it in a bun for you.
I know what kebab is. I want the cone.
She wants the cone.
Oh, wait.
And then you see Goo like pull you back, essentially like pulling on your ear a little bit, and you like pull off, and you see he like and like points towards like several different things. He points towards like vegetables. He points towards like a cheese stand, or like a cheesemonger in the distance. He points towards like someone who's selling flour. Like he's like trying to communicate with you desperately. It's pizza night.
How do we always work making pizza into the campaign?
Could it be that I love pizza so much that I force it into every campaign that I'm in because I just want to be eating a pizza at any moment?
I'd love to eat pizza. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and pick up some dough, some cheese, some sauce. I look at a picture of pizza. No, I think we said that goblins had pizza.
Yeah, I think you understand what pizza is by concept,
okay,
for sure.
Great. Yeah, I'll get everything, and then I'll get maybe some things that could be like healthy to put on. I'm all about a rounded, well-balanced
Gotta get all your
diet.
nutrients.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta have a little bit of everything. Just like, you gotta know a little bit about defense. You gotta know a little bit about offense. You gotta know a little bit about sneaking. So I go off on my mission to collect ingredients, and I don't let Goo near any of them.
Okay. Flashing neon lights nearly blind you as you stumble through the hustle and bustle of locals and tourists alike visiting the shops and restaurants in this section of the city. You look around. You may not have all the money in the world, but you're in the best place in the city to get it. Now, as I said, this entire neighborhood is known as the Infinite Exchange, a massive marketplace neighborhood within the borough of Endeavor, and it is one of the oldest parts of the city. Theorized to be built atop the original marketplace of Forever, some say if you go down deep enough, you'll find the ruins of the old town this region is built upon. That is, if you can survive those who lurk in the shady alleys of the dark deep below.
Yeah, of course I can.
Of course you can. Why? Who would even narrate something like that?
Who's doubting me?
That voice rings in your head from away and you shake it off, annoyed and a little, honestly, like insulted. Well, why would any narrator imply otherwise? Passing by businesses and apartments woven together, utilizing walkways on the sides of buildings, fire escapes above, and all the like, you find yourself going deeper and deeper, almost feeling that home feeling already. You're surrounded by people all living here. It's cramped. It harkens back to your time walking amongst your goblin horde. Similar to old goblin settlements, you see that there are wet and dry markets woven into the commercial and residential buildings. Alleys and tunnel-like streets essentially blocked by stands where vendors hawk their wares. Everything from wild animals to fresh food and textiles, artisanal goods. Eventually you arrive at the main walkway along the side of this slice of the rock and see opposite you, on the other side of this gap, a tall, clean, modern, multi-story periwinkle building with large crystal-clear glass windows on the opposite side, glowing gold M printed upon it with a small 4 to the top right of it, signifying that this M is being raised to the 4th power. Inside this minimalist magic shop, a sorceress apple store, if you will, the lightly warm but sterile lighting illuminating long wooden tables in that sort of IKEA democratic design, simple but finely crafted. Aisles of sterile, sectioned-off products have formed between these tall shelves, some built into the walls with the sleek M4 branded magical items on display. Little blue humanoids, similar to the one you saw on the subway earlier, zip back and forth, azure blurs as they assist customers at the tables and amongst the shelves. To your left, you can go back up the walkway towards the worm station, and to the right, you can head further down. Of course, there's places to cross and go to various shops everywhere, but you are just taken by all of this reaching into your pocket and finding that you have no coins in there.
Oh, no. What, was I robbed?
Your mind goes back to the subway, to being on the worm,
No.
when you were collided by that figure who looks very similar to those others in that shop. Give me a luck check.
Noah.
I hit you with the craziest reveal of all time, and then I'm like, by the way, you've been robbed.
Okay. First of all, it's a 2.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You feel your pockets all out of coins.
Goo. Have you been messing with my money?
You do see one single copper dissolve inside of him. It goes.
I know what he looks like when he's guilty. He's like a dog. He can't hide it. So I know it wasn't him right away. He wouldn't be able to look at me if he did.
He would avoid Ock. He would do that thing that dogs do where they really just look off either or look down. But you notice Goo doesn't look guilty at all. You think of that quickling. You were definitely robbed by that strange fae.
Fuck.
And as you look through your bag, the scrolls are gone. The book is gone. And the robe is gone.
What the fuck? I like spin around. Do any of these quicklings look like the quickling?
You like essentially like turn and rush across one of the bridges that connects the two cracks and like approach this mystical magic store, and you peer inside, like you literally like press up against the windows and like begin to look in. Give me a perception check.
I'm emotional. 10. This dice is being retired.
A 10 isn't too bad. A 10 is enough for you to understand that on a first glance, you don't necessarily recognize them. They weren't wearing these like strange hyper clean uniforms like the t-shirt and khakis that these others are wearing. So
Just another quickling.
yeah, like just another one of this type.
Or they changed.
Yeah, like, or one of two things is true. Either these just all have the same heritage, they're all the same kind of fae, or he changed before work. They changed before work and you just don't know if that's them in there. But yeah, as of right now, no leads.
What do I see on the shelves of this store?
I'm so glad you asked.
I'm still leaning against the glass.
Yeah, peering in, you see like a number of different sections. You see one area that looks to be centered around amulets and rings, like a jewelry store within this place. But all of them are being held on like tiny like stands within glass, and like, you know, anybody who's trying one on is doing so with the supervision of one of these quicklings. You see a whole section dedicated to potions that it looks like they're selling them in like potion packs and like these like very, very... I don't know how to describe it other than it looks like wellness branding on healing potions. Like it's very, very clean, this like minimalist millennial aesthetic. You also see they're selling things like a scryphone. You see a whole section dedicated to different sizes of scryphones, different models of scryphones. Also larger tablets, for lack of a better word, you know, essentially a scry pad, if you will.
Crazy. Jassifer becomes a scry pad adult.
I can already see the art of Jassifer, like glasses on her nose, like
I got
like
the
reading
stylus.
glasses. Yeah, using the stylus.
Serious
really
about
trying
it.
to use it. Playing Candy Crush. You see a number of like other sort of technological things that you're not quite sure of, but you do also, I'll say the last item that piques your interest in terms of what you would be able to identify is a watch that's looks like it's again branded with that M4, very similar.
As soon as I see the scryphone and scrypad section, I am sold. I want to see kind of what they go for because I'm thinking about getting robbed on the worm. I'm also thinking about my failed attempt at getting a jailbroken scryphone. So I'm going to see how much they are new. I'm just trying to dip in real quick and take a look, knowing that I don't have like a lot of time to do this because I have things I need to do for Clover. But
right.
I'm here anyway.
Might as well stop by.
Might as well window shop.
Yeah, you enter in and see that the interior is indeed enchanted, far larger than it appears to be on the outside. Stairwells lead to floors linked up with more shelf aisles, allowing for more access to other more valuable inventory. A part of you wonders if there's like any valuables, like there's like a value system here similar to the armory, if there's any sort of model being applied here, but you shake your head from that and, turn your eyes toward the scry phones. You're hardly in there for a second when one of these blue-skinned fae with silver hair just zips up to you wearing their neat pastel blue neck uniform and the golden M to the fourth symbol on the chest of it, holding a scry phone-like device in their hand, lanyard around their neck. They zip right up to you. Hi, and welcome to M4. How can I make your life magnificent?
Thanks. It's already magnificent. I'm just looking. I'm just browsing.
Okay. If you need anything, I'll be here in a jiff. They zip off before you can even respond.
Okay. I just want to look at like the prices on the scry phones, and I'm also just kind of like looking around and seeing like if there are other customers, like kind of what's going on there. Is it like a bustling magic store?
I would say that it's like moderately busy. If I were writing the day report to the boss of this place, as I do every day at my job, I would say that it's steady here. There's customers at pretty much in every single one of those sections I described, and there's usually a quickling with them. And literally the moment you approach like the scry phones, kind of, doing that absent-minded like look around and shop, zip, another one is up next to you and be like, you're interested in one of the scry phones? Which model were you looking at?
Actually, I've never had one. I don't really know anything about it. First time owner.
Oh, you would probably do well with the basic model then. The basic model is only 25 gold, and it comes with a number of other features. Of course, if you want expanded coverage, or if you want the newer models who have more access to other sort of things, and the price does increase, but 25 gold, a great starting point.
It sounds reasonable for what it is. You guys don't do credit, do you?
No, unfortunately, we've had some bad experiences with credit.
You paused for a really long time. Anything big happened lately?
Give me a persuasion check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
I kind of give like a commanding, like captain-esque pose, and I say, "Why? Someone stealing around here?"
You see this quickling looks around, kind of, doesn't want to say this too loudly. Goes, yeah, we had a bit of a robbery about a week or so ago. And, we're just not operating on credit.
Oh, no, I understand. Did you find the person, though?
Unfortunately not, but you don't need to mind that. We have the authorities working upon that. We appreciate your concern, though.
Yeah, no, anytime. So, is this a chain, or?
Well, yes, it is indeed a chain, but this is the only shop in all of the city. It's a chain in the interdimensional sense.
Okay.
Okay, well, do you have any other questions about the scry phone or any of our other products? I'm more than happy to assist.
I got robbed coming here, so. Hey, I wonder if it was the same guy. Well, I don't want to be... Is this...
What did they look like?
Well, I guess they were a quickling, like you. Not that they looked like you, but they were your
Tread
kind
carefully
of
here.
fae. They didn't have on your uniform, is what I'm saying.
I see, yeah. Well, most likely not one of our employees. I hope not anyways. Looks around.
Wow, inside job, you think?
Just immediately you see that this quickling is like, honestly, is like me in a retail position where I'm just like, I've reached the nexus point of where any more information I start giving will be potentially compromising.
Get me fired, yeah.
And so you watch them being like, probably not. We get incredible benefits here. It's lovely to work at M4, and honestly, the individuals who were involved in it, they didn't look anything like us. So nothing you need to worry about it.
Oh.
Probably not the same guy. Probably not affiliated with the same people or what have you.
Yeah. Okay, well, what was your name?
Zippy.
Zippy. Jass.
Nice to meet you, Jass. I love a short name.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, maybe I'll come back and get that phone once I'm less robbed.
Yes, we'll be here. Hopefully you'll have money next time.
Gotta go. It's pizza night.
Bye. Gone before you could even say gotta go. It's just a blur. Gone.
It's pizza night. Okay.
Goo goes.
What?
And just like peers after him, and you can tell that Goo was kind of was crawling underneath your armor to try and like lurch towards this individual.
If I'm gonna be shopping at these places, you can't eat the staff's brains. We could talk about which brains are acceptable to eat. Yeah, we'll come up with a code. I take him in the direction of a grocery store.
You leave M4 and once again rejoin the hustle and bustle of the big city, the big infinity, if you will. Now, you are looking for grocery items. You had also mentioned to me off mic you're looking to sell your hammer.
Yes. I want to prioritize what I am doing for Clover first, because I would feel bad if I came back and was like, yeah, I got my errand done, but I don't have anything to feed your children, and your lamp is still broken and you have less light than you normally do. So the order of importance is food for the kids, replacing Clover's lamp because she's been nice enough to host me, and then I'll try and sell my hammer.
You think that, and then again you pat your pockets. How are you going to pay for that food?
Right.
You could steal if you want to steal.
I suddenly reprioritize and say, okay, well, I need to get food and I need to get the lamp, so I guess I need to sell the hammer first.
And so you heel toe towards what looks to be like the busiest section of the Infinite Exchange.
Yeah, I do the spin around on the sidewalk that's like embarrassing to do in cities, so I kind of like I pat my pockets and like
you accidentally left something.
Reason, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I definitely didn't get lost. I have to turn back. And so you turn back indeed and begin to head towards what looks to be the main exchange. You see a vast area where a number of shops and open air markets are kind of like a nexus point of all of these different markets that meets where the crack of this Infinite Exchange is formed. Like, let's say when you arrived here, you were on the edge of it and you walked deeper. Now you're finally reaching where the two ends actually meet. And it's this large, like, I don't want to say arena, but like trading floor where there are people rushing to and fro and all these different markets, people standing amongst them, auctioning things off, hollering, waving bags of gold as they do, and like tickets to like indicate trades. This is the true heart of the Infinite Exchange. This is, for lack of a better word, a sort of stock market of all goods. And as you approach one of these stands, first and foremost, I need you to give me an athletics check.
Okay.
As you try and muscle your way through.
11.
You are going to take 6 damage.
Jesus.
As you are literally clocked in the face by someone's elbow as they rush by to run up to another stand, and then knocked over onto the ground and stepped on by this hulking
Oh my
dwarf.
God, ow.
Oh, sorry. And
Oh, good.
just walks off.
Hey.
As you get back up, you are no closer to one of the stands. You're going to have to try and force it again. Go ahead and give me another athletics check, unless you can come up with another way to get past the crowds.
Yeah, do any of them have like awnings? Maybe I could like kind of hop up and try and grab onto wood and like swing over someone's head. Oh, actually, no, you know what? I am little, so I'm gonna maybe try and like nimble escape and like go through people's legs.
Okay, yeah. You want to essentially get lower rather than like
Yes.
hold your stature, like get low and navigate that way.
I'm thinking strong, but I gotta think low.
Okay, you know what? Give me instead a stealth check to see how you can navigate through this place. I'll sit the same DC 12.
Old Jessifer would have done a pull up and just like vaulted herself, but I gotta think now. 11.
It's a DC 12. I'm so sorry. You take 8 more damage.
Oh no, I'm hurt.
As again, you were just like immediately like you get back up and then go like, I need to think smarter. This is a new Jass. I'm turning a new leaf. You get low and immediately are stepped on by like a hill giant who's just like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, dude. And like yanks you up, but the damage is already done.
Okay, getting pissed off now. I like stamp my foot down, just like this little goblin getting like shoved by all these like ogres and dwarves and people. I stamp my foot down and I holler out, "Everyone move!" And can I try and like cast command?
Interesting.
I know it works on a target, but like maybe the crowd, to try and like get myself a path in.
Yeah, I'll say this is almost like a swarm effect, almost like you're targeting the creature here is the swarm of people, and you're using this voice to kind of disrupt it enough that you can get through. I will, rather than roll a wisdom save, I'll give you advantage, and you can roll another stealth check.
Okay, thank you.
So you yell this out, and people do turn heads. I mean, there's so much going on that it doesn't carry throughout very far, but in the immediate vicinity between you and one of these like stock trader sort of huts positioned in this chaos is they are all made aware of your presence.
Okay, come on, Keegan die. Okay. That is a 15 on the Keegan die.
That will do it. That will do it.
Phew.
By pulling the Karen card, you allow...
Drew, I think I come off as like a commanding captain, but I just seem like a middle-aged woman.
I want to speak to the manager, you say as you shout out loud. That does get the attention of those around you enough that they like freeze and pause, and you take advantage of that moment to hustle through, and you hustle up to the front and like pull your way up to the top.
Excuse me.
This is the way this is going to work.
Okay.
Now, this Warhammer is a rare magic item, meaning it is worth approximately 500 to 5,000 gold. I want you
I want 5,000 for it.
Okay, hold on. I want you to decide what price you want to sell it at, and you're going to roll a charisma check of your choosing to sell it that way. You can sell it within the range or outside of it, meaning you could sell it for less than it's worth or more than it's worth. Basically, your role is to influence consumer confidence in your price. Less than a 10, and people will think that the item that you're selling is fake. You will be lucky to get the minimum cost of a rare item. Above 20, and your price is going to be seen as underselling something. You might drive up the price, and people might want to offer you more than 5,000 for it. Anything between that will kind of land on a scale of what we're looking for. We'll essentially roll like a D100 to determine the percentage of the value that you actually get. So it's like you can play it safe and be like, I'm just going to go for the max 5,000. If I roll well, I'll get more money. If I don't roll well, then I like run the risk of it being worth less. And if I hit exactly somewhere in between those two margins, I'll get a percentage of what I'm looking for. But you can also, take a risk, try and oversell it. The DC gets higher, but you might make more money.
Okay.
As you pull yourself up and take the hammer off of your back.
I take the hammer off of my back and I slam it down on the counter like so hard that the like steel of it like rings.
And there's a little splintering of the wood in the counter there.
I am going to get the attention of the person who is
the traitor, if you will.
Yes, the traitor, if you will, and say, this thing was meant to crush heads or look nice on a shelf, but I'm done with it for now. I figure it should go for about I would take 10,000.
10,000 gold, 10,000 gold. And immediately, like, the voices are ringing out, echoing this much. People begin to crowd over and start, like, appraising it. Give me a charisma check of your choosing. I'm going to say this is either going to be, deception, unless you can come up with a convincing argument for it to be something else.
I was hoping that slamming the hammer on the counter and talking about crushing heads might lean me towards intimidation.
I can accept an argument like that. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Thank you, friend. Okay. Which dice will not destroy me? because I'm not rolling so hot. Although I did get that nat 20.
You got a nat 20.
I won't be greedy. Fuck, it's a 7.
Okay.
10,000 gold? There's no way that's worth 10,000 gold.
That hunk of junk. I'm pretty sure that's made of plastic.
What? There's no way. You heard it ring.
Yeah, but sometimes these things, they put little sound makers in them. They give them a little effect. It's like a toy for kids.
I've got a corrosive acid right here. Corrosive acid would melt plastic right away, but take a long time for steel, huh? And I take goo and I shove him. Like, I'm gonna like smear him over the thing to like try and prove that it's not like an easily soluble material.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Thank you. Come on, Keegan. Oh, 21.
21?
Yes.
You see, this group of people crowding around you, all making comments.
It's science.
This dwarf, the one who had stepped on you earlier, pushes them aside. This make and build, that's worth at least 10,000. At least.
Finally, someone who knows what they're talking about. Maybe we should just step outside and do business with each other because these idiots don't know anything.
Idiots? No, I know something of value when I see it. Now, and I'll give you 10,500 for it.
You see someone go like,
10,500? I'll give you 10,700.
I mean...
And they begin to start arguing amongst themselves. Since you succeeded in rolling above a 20, it is going to go for the price that you suggested / a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to say roll a D100. Whatever percentage you get there, we will add on top of the initial price that you had said. So you said 10,000 gold.
Whatever percent
like,
of 10,000.
yeah, exactly. Like if you roll high enough, you could get like double the worth of this thing.
I could get 20,000 if I rolled 100, yeah.
If you rolled 100 on it.
Okay, this is so exciting. I love this kind of gambling. This is why I don't go into casinos.
This is why we haven't done a Vegas tour yet.
Big money, literally. 82!
82! Oh my god.
So that's 18,200, right?
That's 18,200
Holy
gold.
shit. Hey, Mama's making a dent in her debt.
When the smoke clears, when the crowd disperses, you are left with several huge bags of gold pieces. It is overwhelming. In fact, actually, it would make sense if you wanted to try and convert this money either at here or at like the first interdimensional bank. But you now have
some change, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm gonna say, hold on 1 second. Let me do some calculations here.
D&D Beyond was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna let you add 18,200 gold.
Aren't you in debt for this campaign?
Are you level like 3 too?
Well, just wait for that first fucking payment to come up. We'll see. It's gonna go fast.
That's really mean to
The
say.
brutal reality. Okay, so you are given like essentially like 5 bags of 3,500 gold each, and I'll just say for the sake of ease, these guys are going to convert it to platinum, so you're not carrying around a ton of gold at the moment.
Yeah, maybe I'll take a ticket to the, like, I get like a little ticket like when you're at the casino, and I'll take it and cash out, and they ask me what bills I want or what coins I want.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll take this number of gold, this number of platinum.
Holy shit, that worked out so good for me. Shout
I'm
out
so
Goo.
happy for you. I mean, I giveth and I taketh away. With this amount of money being exchanged, they do indeed give you a sort of like ticket that is worth the value of what you're looking for, essentially, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because they aren't at liberty to give this much coin away all at once.
Sure,
so,
it's a danger to have that on the floor.
Exactly. You see already like the hungry eyes of those around you who are watching this transaction go through.
Charlie in the chocolate factory with the ticket.
With
Get
the
away from me!
golden ticket.
Run, Charlie! Run, Charlie! Run! Run home, Charlie!
These guys are just people who are like, I have a ton of money. I'm betting that I could buy this item and resell it for even higher. So like they have to like go into their safes and like pull out this money and like essentially write an IOU for you. So how much gold on hand do you want to have? And then the rest will go on the ticket.
Considering that I just got robbed on the worm, do I have an idea of like, okay, a scry phone was 25 gold, so like the groceries probably aren't going to be more than like 10 gold, right?
You have just gotten an insane amount of money. The kind of money that like you just became like a millionaire in our world. But you also have like a billion's worth of debt. So the money for you, it's kind of hard to necessarily conceptualize like how much money goes where. But you would understand as Jassifer that like 1 gold would buy you like plenty of groceries. I mean, rent for one of the apartments you had was like 6 gold, which is 600 American dollars essentially.
All right, then I'm just going to take 10 gold so I can hopefully get Clover a really nice lamp.
Okay.
And then I'll ask them to keep the rest on the ticket, and I'm going to work on like setting up a bank account with Sindaris and stuff.
This guy, the trader who finally succeeded in completing the transaction, goes, absolutely no problem. Here you go. And he brings you out like essentially a government bond that indicates how much money that you have. And he puts it in like a sealed and enchanted envelope that he like puts a little glyph on. And he hands you that and then hands you a small bag of 10 gold.
Okay, perfect. So I've got like 18,190 in credit essentially, and I've got 10 of it.
Yes, but he's giving it to your person. So he as he hands you both of these things, he goes, keep a watchful eye on that.
Yes. Okay. I put the slip of paper saying the credit that I have in a place where no pickpocketer can find, which is in my tits.
Okay. It's funny enough, as you were describing this, I was like, I assumed that Jass was going to put it between her tits. That's the place I would also put it. I would go like this, slip it right in there.
Stick it in my bra. And then, all right, I am going to hope that my, confident air will carry me back through this crowd.
Honestly, there is shock and awe as you waltz off the floor and out of this marketplace. Give me a perception check with advantage. Goo is helping you.
Okay. Ooh, nice. 17.
You already clock a halfling walking by you, slips a hand out, and looks like they're trying to reach for your pocket for that gold.
I just take Goo and just he's just in my hand, and I just against their hand.
What the fuck, man?
I don't even look. I just keep walking.
Shaking his hand. You keep walking. You head off. You realize that everybody here now knows that you are incredibly wealthy. Even if they don't know about your debt. So to them, they're just like, that motherfucker just walked off the floor with 20,000 gold, essentially. I'm gonna steal from them.
Oh my god, I'm such a target.
Target on your motherfucking back. So until you get a bank account, things are gonna get really, really dangerous in the city, I think.
Okay, whoa, fuck.
Thank you so much for listening.
If you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Spotify or leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
Thank you especially to our Eldritch patrons. If you would like to become an Eldritch patron, go to patreon.com/trynottodiepod. At the $5 tier, you get access to the afterlife. That's right, you get access to heaven or hell, it's up to you, via the exclusive talkback show where we discuss what happened during this arc.
You also get access to a bunch of other bonus content like recipes from the show, polls, and other random stuff we're cooking up.
But if you really want access to a bunch of other full-length episodes, sign up for the $10 tier for the content search where we play out usually canon one-shots, test out new systems, review nerdy media, and really do anything we can to entertain you, our Eldritch patrons.
And of course, a huge thank you to Lore Party, the network that supports us. Lore Party Media is dedicated to celebrating the power of stories that shape who we are. If you enjoy our show, please check out their other shows, which you can see on loreparty.com, or you can just search Lore Party in your favorite podcast streaming platform.
And you can check me out on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, all under the username Noah the Infuriator. No spaces, just Noah the Infuriator.
While you're at it, hit up my socials too. Lease vs. Life, that's Lease vs. Life. Follow me on TikTok, and then while you're at that, follow Try Not to Die Pod on TikTok too, where we post clips of the show.
Thank you again for listening, and until next time, try not to die. All hail our Eldritch patrons! Especially Anina, Any Major Dude, Ashley, Becca B, Bugroots, Colleen, Colin, Ian, Eclair, Alana, Emily, Grace, Hope, Jacob, James, Jeff, Joey, Karen, Kate, Katie, Leo, May, Morgan, Nat, Nicola, Page, Patrick, Roni, Sahara, and of course, our producer Patty, Patrick Bronstetter, and producer Daddies, Drew Bailey, Sam Golden, Becca Mount, and Rose Evelyn Campbell. We thank you for these podcasting powers and promise to raise hell in your names. Till next time, try not to die.